Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, we are from the third group. I am Maghrisya Putri and my partner Febian Kusuma and Jihan Balqis. So here we will discuss about characteristics and professional ethics in entrepreneurship. So here you can read 4 points that we'll discuss in this presentation. Alright, so why do we need to learn this topic? To be an entrepreneur, we have to know what are the characteristics that entrepreneurs should have. Other than characteristic, entrepreneur should understand what are the ethics. So this topic is important to know, and in order to know what entrepreneurs should and shouldn't do. So what is characteristic? It has ambiguous definition. The first is something given and the second is something willed. So what does it mean? So something given means that characteristic is something that already exists since we were born. Meanwhile, something willed means that characteristic is something that we can change in our life. So what kind of character should an entrepreneur have? The first point is initiative and be responsible. It means that as an entrepreneur, we have to be an independent person who actively take initiative to solve the problem. And the second is tolerance to failure. As an entrepreneur, we have to think that failure is something that normally happens to us. So we shouldn't be depressed because of it. What we should do is learn from the failure, learn from the experience. And the third point is be confident and optimistic. As an entrepreneur, we have to believe in ourselves that we can solve the problem, we can make something new, and we can be a successful entrepreneur with our own way. And we should always looking forward for the future. And the fourth is dare to take risks. As an entrepreneur, we have to be brave to take a challenging way to make our business successful. So it is the same as tolerance to failure. So we have to think that failure is normally happen to us. And in this point, we can say that as an entrepreneur, we have to be brave to think out of the box or to do something that out of the box. The next is have patience and readiness. As an entrepreneur, we have to realize that success is not something that cannot be reached instantly. We need to do a process. We need to follow the process. So we have to be patient and have readiness. The next is have a good social relationships. To make our business success, we will have so much relation with other people. We will asking for help, we will help each other. So we have to have a good social relationships in order to make our process is successful. The next is mastering knowledge in the field of business being carried out. So having enough money, having a good marketing strategies is not enough to make our business successful, but also we need knowledge or skill related to the business that being carried out by us as an entrepreneur. And the last is trustworthy and honest. As an entrepreneur, we cannot be a liar. We have to bring our customers' belief to us as an entrepreneur in order to make customer think that we are a right person to cooperate with.
In the life of the business sector or the business world, an entrepreneur is not silent, but needs the help of other entrepreneurs, the help of the government, or other related business entities. The entrepreneurial ethics are as follows. A. Entrepreneurship is a noble duty and a good habit, meaning that entrepreneurship is in charge of creating the reality of life based on good habits in entrepreneurship. B. Forging tough and move forward, meaning that entrepreneurship trains accustomed to good initiatives, responsibility, confidence to be able to do good, and increased competitiveness, and fighting power to survive the principles of entrepreneurship. C. Habit shape character, meaning that entrepreneurs make efforts to get used to thinking, have a mental attitude to move forward, think openly well, cleanly and truthfully. D. Cleaning yourself from negative thinking habits, meaning that entrepreneurs must try and make efforts to remove and clean themselves from habitual ways of thinking, bad mental attitudes, for example hurting others, and keeping away from always striking on luck. E. Habit of initiating, meaning that entrepreneurs must familiarize themselves with developing initiatives in business management activities, provide good suggestions, and help themselves. F. Self-belief, means that entrepreneurs must believe in their own early age and have faith in one God and increase the values of life in entrepreneurship. G. Cleaning up self-made barriers, meaning that entrepreneurs must try to break free from the barriers of self-made products. Entrepreneurs should also not have doubt, feel bad about their own products. H. Having the will, effort, and planning, meaning that entrepreneurs must have the will and effort to find out their abilities in life, how to plan in pursuing their aspiration to develop a successful business based on entrepreneurial principles. The function of entrepreneurial ethics. Devin 2010 places the function of ethics on three groups, namely A. The means for obtaining a critical orientation is faced with a bewildering array of morality. B. Ethics wants to display intellectual skills, namely the skills to argue rationally and critically. C. Ethical orientation is needed in taking a reasonable attitude in an atmosphere of pluralism. Definition of business or entrepreneurship ethics. According to Devin understanding, ethics can be divided into two, namely A. Ethics as practical values and moral norms, and B. Ethics as a reflection of moral thinking, things about the right to do, especially about the action that should be done or shouldn't be done. Also, the definition of business ethics can be divided into three, namely A. From macro, business ethics studies the moral aspect of the economic system as a whole. B. From meso, business ethics studies ethical issues in the field of organization. And C. On a micro level, business ethics is focused on the individual's relationship with the economy and business. Components of business ethics. Things that need to be considered in creating business ethics are self-control, development of social responsibility, maintaining identity, creating healthy competition, applying the concept of sustainable development, being able to tell what is true, consistent with the rule of the game together, keep up the deal, and pouring into positive law.
Principles of entrepreneurial ethics. There are 5 ethical principles and entrepreneurial norms. The first one is the principle of honesty. Honesty is the most basic ethical principle in running a business. The purpose of honesty itself is the business owner must be transparent to consumers and avoid fraud. The second one is the principle of justice. This principle demands that everyone involved in the business has the right to receive the same treatment according to the objective and fair rules. The third is the principle of autonomy. This principle means that the business owner must be able to make decisions that are considered good on their consciousness and are able to account for it. The next is principle of moral integrity. This principle is related to the good name of the company. In this sense, business owner must be able to manage their business properly so that they will always gain the trust of consumers. The last one is principle of mutual benefit. In doing business, it is necessary to apply a win-win solution, which means demanding that all business activities and all decisions taken can give benefits to all parties involved. Benefits of business ethics for the company. Business ethics are needed in running a business to achieve long-term success. A successful business is not only based on good management but also on good ethics. Those are several benefits for the companies that have good ethics. Can reduce costs incurred for possible friction in a company. By having good ethics, the company will avoid problems that can result compensation costs. And the other benefit is can motivate employees. A company that has good ethics will definitely make employees feel comfortable. With a comfortable atmosphere in the work environment, it will generate motivation to do a good work. And the last is good corporate image in the view of consumers. By having a good image, the company will gain trust and attract more consumers. This can help the company to be better known and increase sales. Business ethics violation. Ethics are applied with the purpose that the company can achieve success and avoid problems. By violating ethics, it can cause harm for both the company itself and other parties. For others, the harm can be in the form of damaged nature. For example, massive illegal logging, which causes deforested forests, and disposal of factory waste into river and sea, which causes water contamination. In addition, the company itself will also lose out because it will destroy the company image and reputation. Business ethics from an Islamic perspective. In Islam, there is a successful businessman whose behavior can be emulated. He is Prophet Muhammad SAW. He is known as a very successful businessman, so that the study of business ethics can be seen through the business behavior of the Prophet Muhammad. Those business ethics exemplified by the Prophet Muhammad are honesty, no cheating, not discredit other people's business, not hoarding goods, and the payment of employees' salaries must be rushed without delay.
Business ethics has an important role in the success of a company. So an entrepreneur at least has initiative, responsible, tolerate failure, confident and optimistic characteristic. Meanwhile, when doing business, the ethic of an entrepreneur must show good behavior, politeness, mutual help, consideration and respect for one another. Islam also has a study of business ethics, which can be seen from the business behavior of the Prophet Muhammad. Therefore, violating ethics can cause harm to both the company itself and other parties. So, entrepreneurs should build good relationships with work partners so that the business runs well. That's all from us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.